It's a new season, it's a new year, and it's perfect time to start some seeds. Jacques, you are back.
And it's definitely time for me to start some seeds because I'll tell you what, I have absolutely nothing to transplant in the garden right now.
Yeah, he went on a much-needed vacation across the pond.
It was nice, you know, a little of this, a little bit of that.
Little seed smuggling, perhaps. Yeah, so we're gonna start some seeds. If it's not time to start seeds for you, use this video as inspiration. If you need a catalog, grab one from Botanical Interests, our seed company. We'll send it right out to you, but what are you gonna kick it off with?
I'm gonna kick it off with some choys. I've got baby choy, toy choy, and tatsoi, which is kind of a choy.
A little triple threat. Well, let me raise you this. I've got the Rosette bok choy.
Okay.
I don't even know if I see that.
I think I have it.
No, you actually have it, but
don't worry
whatever. Anyways, Asian greens, fantastic this time of year. Late winter, early spring, really easy winners. Why? Because they actually are a little closer to like the brassica-y world than some of the other stuff, which really does prefer cooler temps. So I'm gonna do 6 of the Rosette Tatsoi.
Ooh, nice.
Which to me, I like a nice rosette personally.
Tatsoi just looks incredible when it's like fully grown in the garden and all the leaves are out. It looks like almost fake to me.
It's hard to beat. Now, we've talked a couple times about this, Jacques. I don't know where you've landed with your seed starting technique. Do you go with a slight depression these days, or do you just go ahead and sprinkle and then cover?
I just sprinkle, and then sometimes I don't even cover. I'll just kind of like press it in and maybe like shift things around a little bit.
Yeah.
But I never really make a hole anymore.
So I'm gonna go Rosette Tatsoi.
All right.
Go in with 6. Now I'm gonna do something a little dirty here, something a little filthy, and I'm gonna do, yeah, I am gonna break the rules. So this is a cherry bell radish, and I'm gonna do the Charles Dowding-esque module sowing method with these radish right here. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 in each hole, not with the idea to thin, but with the idea to sort of harvest as they size up, right?
Right.
Because any sort of bulbing root crop like a beet, onions, something like that, you can do this because they'll kind of grow where the taproot tapers down to that little tail, you know, and they'll push themselves away from each other, and so they're actually not disturbing the space that much, which is, you know, kind of a funny little trick. But I will say, you know, this is a little extra. You don't have to be transplanting your radish. You can put it straight in the ground. It's no big deal at all.
And so my plan right now, I think, is I'm starting things that tend to form pretty quickly. So the baby choy, the toy choy, the tatsoi, it's all stuff that should be done basically in like 2-3 months max, which will give me plenty of time to get another harvest before I put in things like my peppers, my tomatoes, everything like that.
Okay, so what I did, Jacques, is I did Nero Toscana kale.
Okay.
So the dinosaur style kale, or the lacinato style kale, which to me, pure kale as like a salad, maybe not my favorite preparation, but I've been doing an Instant Pot kale that I really like with white, like cannelloni beans, sausage, some broth, some onions. Now I'm going in with the favorite beet of mine now, and often what I was called as a child. This is beet golden boy, exactly. So it kind of brings me back to my childhood a little bit.
And it's one of those root crops that does actually really well transplanted. A lot of people think you have to direct sow.
Very well.
Don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm going in with Kailaan or Kailaan, and it's kind of a cross between, I believe, broccoli and I don't know exactly what else, but it's more leafy rather than having a big floret. It's like classic in Chinese food. It's stir-fried up really nicely, and the stalk is really delicious. So it's a little bit faster growing, more tolerant to heat, so I should be able to get away with it at this time of year.
I'm gonna do something a little adventurous.
You always do.
A little crazy, and I'm gonna go in with the sweet pea royal blend. So sweet peas, not only shouldn't eat them, but really can't. So don't get confused by the name. It's one of those things in gardening where it's like, please don't name it that. Whoever decided
they're
that.
Not sweet.
They're not sweet, and they're just not even peas. Anyways, huge seeds and a very, very beautiful plant. So
very fragrant too.
Fragrant, beautiful plant. If you want to grow it up against a wall on like a flatter sort of trellis, it'll just cover that entire surface. So it's really nice for that. This one is royal blend, of course, but sweet peas come in all sorts of different varieties that you can experiment with. Really trying this year, Jacques, to get into flowers around the edges, the borders, etc. Trying to get a little more beauty going on.
Of course. I mean, never hurts to have a little beauty around. So I just went in with the Copanhagen market cabbage. Again, this is one of those that's a little bit faster, you know, 65 days at a minimum.
Yeah.
I should be able to get away with that. And I love me some cabbage, and I might even feature a little bit of cabbage recipe coming up soon.
Oh, really? Okay. So, Jacques, you have an interesting genetic history yourself.
Yeah.
Much like many of the plants that we grow. What is your background, and why do you love cabbage so much?
So I'm actually like 98% Bulgarian, pretty pure on the Bulgarian side. And we love cabbage. And one of the things that I actually have cooking, so to speak, in my yard right now is a bucket full of cabbages and salt water. And it's kind of a sauerkraut, but there's no like herbs or spices or seasoning. It's a lot funkier.
A little bit of an old world recipe there. Yeah.
Throw it in some water, leave it in the dark, walk away for a couple months, and then you got food.
So I'm going in again with these sugar snap peas. I'm gonna do 3 flats of them, so 18 peas.
Ooh.
Actually could get away with much more, to be honest with you, and honestly might, because the only time I can really get away with peas in my climate, guys, is this late winter, early spring. It's actually even difficult in fall. I think you can make a case for maybe growing it through our winter, which is the long fall I was talking about. But even then, you get the temps you want, but the daylight hours aren't big enough. There's not enough daylight hours. So they'll grow, but they'll languish, right?
Yeah,
in fact, we have some peas back there, and they're there, and they look healthy, but they're just slow, like you were mentioning. I'm gonna finish off 2 more flats with a shelling pea.
Okay.
Not a snap pea. Actually haven't messed around with this too much. Why though? When I went to college, there was a place a little north of me. I went to the University of California, Santa Barbara. There's a place north of me called Lompoc.
Oh, I know what you're, yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say, right?
I know where you're going.
So there's a town called Lompoc. It's basically a prison town, I think. Hopefully
I think it's a...
Sorry if you live in Lompoc, but I think there's a very large prison there.
I think it's an Air Force.
Yeah, there's that too.
Okay.
But anyways, you drive by there and there's a place called Pea Soup Anderson's.
Yep.
Right? And you can get one of the most insane pea soups you'll ever eat with that little piece of ham in there.
Insanely good?
Insanely good.
Oh, okay.
Insanely good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's insanely good. And so I've never actually made like a split pea soup myself, so I want to mess around with some of these shelling varieties. And actually that speaks to maybe some of the beans and stuff and grains I might plant in the summer.
Yeah.
I do want to experiment with some drying of these crops and storage to see if I can get a decent amount stored, right? So my plan, Jacques, is to double up on the seeds, because I feel like you don't even have to split them. You could run 2 in the same hole.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a big deal.
You could plant peas next to each other.
You can. And you know, there's that trench method. Have you seen that? The gutter trench method for planting peas, where you just put them in a big old line and slide them in. That works really well. But what I'm gonna do to counteract your problem is I'm actually gonna plant them in an annoying place to get to, so that I don't actually want to go there, like on the back wall or something.
I see.
And then I'll just let them grow and die, which is exactly what you need to do with them.
So a little bit of mind games.
So I'm playing a game with myself, a little mental game.
As long as I don't, come in while you're not watching and do a little snacking myself.
Little does he know I have security on the property now. I can actually see exactly what this guy's up to.
I just went in with double kale, red Russian, and the dwarf blue curled. And one thing I really like about the botanical interest packets is that what you see on the packet is pretty much exactly what you get. The drawings are really cool. And this is extremely, this is essentially what I always see with red Russian. This is what I always see with curled kale. It's really cool to have an artwork that also represents exactly what you're gonna get.
People think of what's on the packet as art, and it certainly is, but it's drawn by actually professionally trained botanical artists, so they're drawing to a realist standard.
That's really cool.
Right? One more thing out here. Might actually raid your stash real quick.
Here's what I'm going in with right now. I think you might be interested.
Okay.
Your favorite to snack on?
I'm gonna grow the cherry rose jewel.
Okay.
Nasturtiums, I think we've probably talked about them ad nauseum here, but really, really cool plant to throw into the corner of a bed to kind of break a border, because I have a pretty geometric style.
Totally.
And so if I put it in the border of a bed, it really breaks it up. And as you said, you can eat them. I don't know if you even like the flavor though, right?
I don't.
Yeah.
I've tried them a few times. To me, it's like gas and diesel or something like that.
Yeah.
Some people like it, not me.
Actually, speaking on that, Jacques, I mean, you put together a little bit of a flavor guarantee pack, right?
Oh yeah.
A collection. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so we all have a nice little collection of our favorite seeds. And what I did is I went through and I chose, I can't remember if it's 8 or 10, but they're all varieties that they're, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, but they're all varieties that are absolutely delicious. I grow them every year because when I grow something, I want to make sure that it actually has flavor. I want to cook with it. I want to eat it every day. So every single one of those seeds that I chose is going to be guaranteed delicious.
Yep, exactly. And you can find that in the description. So Jacques, I just finished up. I got my ruby red nasturtium in there. You're a little behind.
I am a little behind. I have 3 more to do here, but they're all going to be herbs. And that is going to be long-standing cilantro. You don't have to transplant it. It actually prefers to be direct sown. But if you do it early enough, like a couple true leaves, totally fine. And then I've got the German chamomile, classic little tea herb. And the last one, summer savory, AKA chubrica in Bulgaria. It's the lifeblood.
Chubrica.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's the lifeblood of Bulgarian cooking, and I can't go any year without growing it. So I have to get some going right now.
So fantastic selections. Like I said, hopefully it's time to start seeds. If it's not, hopefully this was inspirational. And if you want some further inspiration, please grab our seed catalog from our company, Botanical Interests. You can do it in the description. So next time, my friends, we'll see you this season. Good luck in the garden and keep on growing.